It is said that when you understand your emotions and those of the people around you, you will most likely have a successful relationship with yourself and the others. Of course, depending upon how you manage these emotions. This is what is called emotional intelligence, a key skill for any manager and leader to possess in the 21st century. Welcome to yet another episode of the Professor Waswa Balunywa teaching series. In this episode, Professor Balunywa will share his thoughts on emotional intelligence, its importance, and its 4 dimensions. Professor Balunywa is currently the principal of Makerere University Business School in Uganda. Now here is Professor Balunywa teaching.
Human beings interact with one another all the time, and in this interaction, there are things that emerge. The interaction that you see can either be successful or unsuccessful depending on how people feel about things. As you say things to others, it invokes certain feelings in them, and this communication will be successful if the feelings that you invoke are positive. If not, somebody may get angry, may get frustrated, and as a result of that, the interaction may not be successful. Feelings evoke emotions, and these emotions are a reflection of how our body feels about certain things that are happening to us. If you touch fire, you get a feeling of heat, and you are likely to scream. If somebody kicks you, you get hurt, you may scream and get angry. So the feeling results into an emotion. So if we know that the way we speak to people creates a certain feeling in them and invokes certain emotion in them, then if we want to be successful in communicating, we must be able to understand how people will feel. We should be able to understand that whatever we say is going to impact on the people that we are talking to or we relate to. So as managers, as leaders, we need to be able to understand emotions of others and even our own emotions to be able to lead successfully. Daniel Goleman, an American professor, popularized the concept of emotional intelligence, saying that those people who are emotionally intelligent, those people who understand the emotions, who are intelligent about the emotions, are likely to be much more successful in talking to others, in leading others, than those who are not. So he came up with a number of dimensions of what today we call emotional intelligence. But essentially, before that, there was a tendency to believe that IQ, intelligence quotient, was the determinant of effective communication among people. Daniel Goleman and the other researchers have been able to demonstrate that high level of emotional intelligence creates better results than a high level of intelligence quotient. IQ simply measures people's intelligence, but it does not tell us how to relate to people. If you want to be able to relate to people, then you should understand emotional intelligence. So emotional intelligence is the ability of one individual to understand his or her own emotions and understand the emotions of the people that he or she is dealing with, and use that combination of self-awareness and awareness about other people to successfully interact with people. So as leaders, we are looking for a way in which we can inspire people. We are looking for a way in which we can inspire people to achieve the highest results possible. And this can only be achieved if we understand our emotions and the emotions of the people that we lead. Daniel Goleman produces 4 dimensions. Since then, they've added a little more to them. But he says the first 2 dimensions, self-awareness and self-control, are about you. You should be aware of who you are. You should be aware of your strengths and weaknesses. You should be aware of your needs. And you should be aware that if I want something, this is how I feel. You should be aware that if somebody is talking to you, who makes you angry? Who makes you happy? We all know the language of love, that love makes people feel good about certain things. What is it that makes you feel good about a number of things? This is understanding feelings and emotions, and consequently being able to relate to other people well. So once you know who you are, then you should be able to self-control. You should be able to control yourself so that you know if this is what makes me angry, then I should be able to control it. If this is what I know makes other people angry, then I should be in a position not to say to them so that they get angry, so that we can have a successful relationship. So self-awareness is about you. It leads you to self-control. The other two aspects are about empathy and social skills. Empathy is the ability of an individual to understand the needs of others so that they know where it hurts. If you go into a community and their need is water, when you're talking to them, you should be able to provide a solution to how do I get water to these people. So you know their needs. So when you're talking to them, you want to invoke emotions of happiness to go and talk about water. So empathy is a skill that you require to understand the feelings and emotions of other people. And once you know this, then you should be able to build the social skills. These are the skills that enable you to relate with other people so that you know, I know what your needs are. I'm not going to say anything that makes you angry. I know what your needs are. I'm going to say things that make you happy. So in organizations, leaders need to be able to understand emotional intelligence, build their emotional intelligence so that they can have successful relationship with people. And once you have successful relationships, people are happy, people are going to be able to give you high levels of productivity so that you achieve the goals of the organization very efficiently and effectively.